So quite obviously I am not at home, but I just could not wait to film this video. So I am well aware that in my last TK Maxx haul I did say that I was going to wait at least 2 weeks before I went back to TK Maxx so that they would have a wider range of things when I went in. Now, as you can probably tell by this ma-ho-sive TK Maxx bag behind me, I definitely did not wait 2 weeks. The reason why is because when I went to TK Maxx the second time for my second haul, I saw this cheese board that I really wanted, and it was like a Ouija board, but it had like cheese names on it. Anyway, I really wanted it, and as soon as I left the shop, I 100% like regretted not buying it. So I went back to the same shop again, and unfortunately it wasn't there, but while I was there I did a little bit more shopping. I'm just going to start with these as they are beside me, and this is a set of 3 items which all kind of go together quite nicely. They're all little pumpkin cauldrons. This is the smallest one, and I just really liked it. They had these in kind of like more of a gold colour. I quite liked the gold because it kind of looked more like a pumpkin colour, but I definitely haven't got any silver pumpkins, so I thought I might as well go for something completely new. He has this really happy face, and then it's actually a really good quality. This is like quite a thin metal. The handle itself is a really kind of thick, hard metal. It almost feels like iron or something, and it loops through in a really kind of classical cauldron looking way. Now, it does have all these purposeful like little dents on it, but it does have lines going up, so it does give it more of a pumpkin look. Now, this little one was $5.99. You could buy these separately, but I just wanted to buy the whole family. So this one was $5.99, and then for $6.99 I bought this one, which again is exactly the same sort of cauldron pumpkin, but it is the size up. He has the same sort of happy face as well, so they go really nicely together, and they're definitely kind of meant to be a set. Now, the only thing sort of different with the bigger ones is that they don't have the lines down them to make them look specifically like pumpkins. That's the only kind of main difference between them, but other than that the handle and everything is the same. Now, the handle for this middle size one is kind of a little bit big. I feel like it's almost got the wrong handle on it. It's just a little bit oversized for the cauldron, but he was only $6.99, which seems a little bit silly that you only pay £1 extra to get something so much bigger. The biggest one is this one, which again has exactly the same face on it, and it just goes with all the other ones. See, in size comparison, he is a lot bigger than the other two. Now, again, he's in that kind of classic cauldron shape with all these kind of purposeful little dents around, and he again doesn't have the lines on it. The handle seems to be a lot more of an appropriate size, and again it's just as high quality as all the other ones. This bigger one was slightly more expensive. He was £12.99. Now, I'm not sure whether there's other sizes as well, but I just saw these 3 kind of sat next to each other, and I thought that they would make a really nice little family. It's definitely the kind of piece where you could only buy one and it would just be perfect, but me being me, I just wanted the whole family of them, and they do stack quite nicely in each other so that they're quite easy to store. I haven't come across this make in TK Maxx before. It's literally just called Halloween and there's no other information, so I'm wondering if possibly this is their like own brand range. So I was really pleased with those, and they're definitely something that I haven't seen compared to all the kind of other Halloween decorations I've seen so far, and I have kind of been looking for a cauldron, so I thought it would go quite nicely. Now to move on to this ma-ho-sive bag. I didn't spend as much as I have done previously because the TK Maxx I went to was pretty much cleared out of Halloween stuff. But again, I did some little background looking and I did find some cool little pieces. The next thing I got was this candle holder. And I've seen quite a few like skull candle holders and things. I think I'm getting pretty picky with my candle holders just because I have so many, but this is something that I haven't seen before, and it's kind of like a spider, like tarantula candle holder. At the bottom it has this kind of solid base, and then it has 2 spiders either side, and they kind of alternate, so then it goes on the other 2 sides, and then again at the top on the other 2 sides. And it means they stack really nice together. They're kind of back legs sort of join each of them, and then right at the top they're holding this little dish with a spiky bit to put your candle on. A lot of the candle holders I see are really obvious plastic, and although I have bought a few kind of spider web candle holders, I thought this would go really nicely with the other sort of spider themed ones I bought, and it was only £12.99, which I thought was a really good price for the fact that this is a metal piece rather than a sort of like cheapy plastic one. And the brand of this is Bella Lux, and on the back it just says candle holder. So for £12.99 I was pretty excited for this, and this is for a pillar candle. So when you take off the rubber bit, it does have a very kind of sharp pointy spike in the middle for stabbing your candle onto. I do have loads of like tea light candle holders, so I thought it'd be quite nice to get a pillar candle one. If there were two, I probably would have got a pair, but this was the only one in the shop. Of course, once I bought this, I headed over to the candle section to try and find myself a pillar candle. And although the majority of them were all like rose and, you know, your general all year round candle smells, I did find this one, which is called the Wild Pumpkin. Now, I am aware that they've brought out a few sort of Halloween themed candles just because I've been watching loads of TK MAXX hauls on YouTube, but I hadn't actually seen any yet, so when I saw this I was so excited. So this is what the candle looks like. It's called Wild Pumpkin and it just says scented candle, and of course it's in your like very typical orange pumpkin colour. It does also have this little sort of charm on it, which is just for kind of decoration, but it's a little autumn leaf. I have seen people with actual like little pumpkin charms, which I really liked, but I do like this leaf and I find some kind of use for it within a DIY because it is made of like a thin metal. The packaging is really pretty and it does have this hole at the top, which I like, so that you can have a little smell of what it smells like, and it smells so good. It just, all I can say is it just smells like Halloween and autumn and all things amazing. I was so pleased with this candle, and when I saw that it was only £3.99 I was even more excited. They did have lots of like little boxes of candles and things. This I thought would be like absolutely perfect to go on top of my candle holder. Because not only is it a pillar candle, but it's also a Halloween candle. Next thing I got, I actually saw on the tills when I was paying. Now, I absolutely love masks. I don't own many of them, but the ones I do own I absolutely adore, so I'm always kind of on the lookout for different masks. Now, I did see loads of them. There was even a cat one which I really wanted, but I was in like a little bit of a rush because they were like calling me to go pay, and I saw this one with its bat wings. Decided to pick it up as quick as I could. So this mask cost £4.99, which is kind of like the average price for all of the masks. It is from the same brand as the candle holder, which is Bella Lux. I think this was kind of meant for more like a Halloween costume for dressing up, but I think it will look good as like a display piece. So this is what it looks like when it's on. It's quite a large mask. I can feel that it's taking up a lot of my face. So on the sides it does have these bat wings that kind of arch up on either side, and then the mask kind of finishes around here, and this bit on the sides are kind of added lace. I am considering like cutting these off because I think it'll look quite nice without it. Another thing I'm not 100% keen on are these weird feathers, because some of them are really long, like that one, which is kind of annoyingly long, so I just have it kind of tucked behind. So it was quite a nice piece. It does also have little bat ears at the top. I thought I may get around to wearing this for some occasion, but if not, it's just a nice little display piece. Wearing this mask is super comfortable because it has a nice sort of layer of felt on the inside. You don't feel like any of the scratchiness from like any of the sequins or anything, and it fits really nicely. It does have an elastic thing on the back. It is a tiny like smidgen too big for me, so I may just make a little knot in the elastic or maybe attach my own elastic, but I feel like it would just look really nice kind of like hung up on a wall or something. So the next thing I got, annoyingly, got a little bit broken. Now, only a few days ago I was watching a haul by the Moon of Stars, and she was talking about TK MAXX and their wrapping ability. The first time that I went to TK MAXX I bought loads of snow globes, and the guy asked if I wanted them wrapped up, and then he literally wrapped them so thick I could hardly get into them because of all the wrapping. Now, the next time I went they also did like a really good job of wrapping, but this time I didn't even have anything to wrap my stuff up with, and as you can see, some of this stuff is like breakable. I did say to the Moon of Stars that I think it kind of depends on the branch that you go to, and it definitely depends on like what person you go to, because the guy I went to definitely had a bad day and wasn't in his best mind for customer service. Anyway, they didn't have any wrapping stuff and he wasn't prepared to go and find me anything. So unfortunately this candle holder that I got did chip slightly on the stalk. So I collect pumpkins, and especially ceramic ones, so when I saw this I thought it was really unique. I loved the colour of it, although of course it is orange just like every other pumpkin. It's like a really nice shade of orange. It has this kind of yellowy autumn undertone to it, and I just thought it was really unique. I also really like these kind of diamond squares that they have. I just thought it was such a nice piece. Now I'm probably going to display it this way around, because if you look at the stalk when it's this way around it does have a little chip. Now I can probably cover this up quite easily with some paint, but it is a glossy piece, so I'm going to have to find some proper glossy paint if I am to want to like cover this up properly. Now I assume that this is a candle holder because it does have a hole here at the bottom, but not really a very big hole. I'm not even sure if you could fit a tea light in. I don't usually use mine as like candle holders, I just use them for display, but that's definitely something to consider if you are planning to buy this for its, well, I guess its intended purpose. And this cost £3.99, so it wasn't too expensive. I love all the detail in this and like the classic shape of the pumpkin. Now, majority of my ceramic pumpkins do have like a classic like jack-o'-lantern face on them, which, don't get me wrong, I absolutely adore it when they have jack-o'-lantern faces, but I thought that this was just something nice and something a little bit different. The next things I got, I'm not sure whether or not they were actually there when I went the first time, because I didn't actually bother looking in this section, but there is a glassware section where they basically just sell glasses, and I just saw like out of the corner of my eye like a glimpse of a skull. Now they had loads of like glasses with skull faces on. I have quite a few of those already just because I collect like glass candles, and majority of the Halloween ones have skulls on them, so once I've used them I kind of use them for like other things. But then I saw these and I totally fell in love with them. These are called rock glasses, and they are 12-ounce glasses, and they are just kind of Halloween glasses to use within the kitchen, and of course they are covered in spider webs. Unlike some items in TK Maxx, when I was looking at these there was literally like rows and rows of them, so it wasn't like one-off items, it was definitely something they had a lot of stock in. So here is the glass. It's quite a big glass. I'd say you get a suitable amount of drink in there. I do have loads of wine glasses and things which are Halloween themed, but I don't have many actual like regular drinking glasses. And then the spiderweb pattern is repeated. Now, something which I did actually notice when I bought it is that it does have kind of like a border and a strip which stops there. It's not anywhere else on the pattern, it's just where the pattern ends, and it doesn't quite match up. This was the same on all of the glasses, and it doesn't really matter too much. It's just something I feel like they could have done a little bit neater. The itself is just a transfer that's stuck on there, so honestly I definitely wouldn't put this in a dishwasher or wash it very vigorously. I did notice there's tiny little bits which kind of like rubbed on the box, and it did sort of chip away the design a bit, so I'm probably just going to use this for putting like cotton wool buds or something like that in it. I'll use it as like a general purpose kind of storage device rather than a drinking cup. My only other option possibly is to actually like paint a layer of some kind of protective varnish or something on it, just to stop the transfer from chipping away. So you get 2 of these glasses in here, and they are by a make called TMD Holdings, which I haven't come across before in TK Maxx. As I said, they did have this spiderweb design, they had lots of skeleton ones, and they also had some really cool shot glasses which were all different parts of the skeleton, and when you stacked them together it made a whole one. I don't really use shot glasses very often, so I just thought I would leave those just because they were slightly expensive. But these glasses were $4.99, pretty good value for these 2 glasses, but I am a tiny bit disappointed for the fact that the actual kind of transfer itself does kind of chip off quite easily. Now the last thing I'm going to show you, because the rest of the things in here are for Halloween swap boxes, are these, and I just thought they were so funny. I have no use for them at all at the moment, but they are spatulas. While I was walking around TK Maxx in a slight strop because my cheese board had gone, I just started looking up and down every single section, and I came to kind of like the cookbook section, and with the cookbooks there are a few like Halloween cookie cutters and things. But then I came across these spatulas. Now I don't particularly need spatulas, but when I move out I definitely will be looking for random kitchen supplies like spatulas, so I thought I might as well buy them now. Again, this was from a make I'd never seen before, which is called Merry Merry. So I'm guessing that's probably one of their kind of like cookery ranges. The spatulas do come on this weird little circle thing which you can unpop and then take the spatulas off of, which is pretty handy. So this first one is kind of like a curved spatula, and it does have this like ghost transfer on it that says boo. It does seem to be a really nice quality spatula. It has a good like wooden handle. The top bit's obviously rubber, and I've had a go at like scratching at this. It seems to be a really good like strong made transfer. It's not kind of like on the, it's not like a layer on the top of the black. It seems to be like properly printed within the design. And the second spatula is more of a flat one, which is perfect for when we're making cakes, and this one has a skull with like a pirate eye patch on it, and it says spooky. Again, it has the same really nice quality wooden handle. The top bit is like an orange rubber. Same thing with this transfer, it seems to be on there nice and sturdy. I'm sure it would withstand like regular cooking use. I just thought this was something completely different. I definitely haven't seen any Halloween spatulas sold before in the UK. I haven't even thought of looking for them before now, so I'm not even sure if it's something that people really want, but it's definitely something I will proudly display in my kitchen. So they weren't really that expensive, but they are but they do seem to be a really nice quality, and I definitely feel that these aren't just like a display piece, they also have a good function to them as well. So that is everything that I can show you that I got from TK Maxx. I can tell you now that my Halloween funding has gone down quite significantly, so I probably won't be going back to TK Maxx for another 2 weeks. I'm gonna try and promise myself that I won't go back and buy more things for a while. I do have a haul that I am brimming with excitement to show you, and it's from Hobbycraft. I've done a Hobbycraft haul before, but it was like a general craft haul, but this one is specifically a Halloween haul, and I am so excited. Also, for your information, I have had a little look-see in Asda. They don't have their Halloween decorations out, but they do have clothing in George. So if you're looking to buy a Halloween outfit, definitely head over there now to get first dibs. I actually have bought some things online. I bought some socks which had skeleton feet on them, and I also bought a Halloween like pumpkin top. It is bright orange and it has like a jack-o'-lantern face on it. I just really liked it, but they also had some like skeleton clothing as well, so definitely worth checking out George's site if you are looking for some kind of spooky themed clothing items. We still have the rest of September and the whole of October to get spooky, and I'm just so pleased that I'm starting to see so much Halloween stuff in the UK. I hope that you're having a lovely week. If it's this sunny where you are, I hope you're enjoying the shade, and I will see you next time. Bye!